women don't really want love. At least not in the way that most people would think. Now, I know there's a lot of red pill guys out there who are going to say, yeah, man, that's what the red pill is about. That's what, we learn, that women don't want love in a fairy tale type of way. Women don't want true love. There's no such thing as true love. A woman's love is conditional, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I agree. But the question is, what are you going to do about it, right? And if you listen to somebody like Rollo Tomassi or somebody like Donovan Sharp, well, I don't know about Donovan Sharp ultimately, but definitely Richard Cooper. But I would say Donovan Sharp as well, although he, as far as I've watched his stuff, Donovan Sharp, he focuses on really more focuses on female bad behavior, which is better than suggesting and saying, oh, I have the answer, I know what to do. Fix yourself, right? Love is real, man. The problem is that we don't have the world isn't very loving, particularly as it is now. This is not a very loving environment. The Bible says in the end times, the love of the many will grow few, or something along those lines. The love of the many will grow dim, meaning there's not going to be a lot of love in this world. In the 70s, there was a love generation, the flower generation. There were songs about all you need is love, and that's the idea that people had at that time. Love will solve your answers. Love will solve your problems. Love is the answer. In the Bible, it says God is love. Love is an important thing in life. But why is there so few people out there who are really loving? Why is love so sparse? Because people don't have values anymore. People don't hold love dear. If you're well versed in the Bible, it says this in Revelation. It says people, the love of the many will be cast off. There's no more love. People only care about themselves. People only care about what they want. Which is why women don't really want love. They want a certain situation, a certain environment, and then they'll slap a label on that called love. And it's possible to love someone who provides for you a good environment, a good scenario. It's possible to love somebody you're with, right? But does that mean you're supposed to be with that person? Does that mean it's true love? Does that mean that the person you're with, you fell in love with them and then you got with them? I don't see that a lot. What I see girls going for guys who have certain conditions that they meet. You'll see it all over the dating apps. Must be 6 foot tall, must have a good career, must this, must that, must that. These are their standards that they're putting forth. Now, I'm not saying it's not good for a man to have his stuff together. I'm not saying that men shouldn't improve. I'm not saying that we shouldn't pay bills. That's not my point at all. And I'm not saying men need to choose, or women need to choose bummy guys or whatever. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that we all are who we are, right? We all are who we are. Maybe there's some improvements. Everybody can improve. This person could spend his time more wisely. This person could eat better. This person could benefit from going to the gym a couple more hours a week. This person curses too much. This person is forgetful, whatever. We have all got faults. Hypergamy says, oh, I need to go find the best man that I can get. And if this guy isn't good enough, then I'm gonna go find somebody who is. And then once they do find someone who meets whatever standard they have, whatever they really want, then they settle. And then they say they love that person. I don't think that's the truth. I don't think that's honest. I think the real truth is that you love the situation that that person gives you. You are in a comfortable scenario, in a comfortable environment, I should say. Therefore, you love the scenario that you're in. That's what I see a lot. That's what I see mostly between couples. Now there is, and it's either that or it's this, she found kind of a puppy love kind of guy, and he might not have the type of money that she wants. He might not provide the type of environment that she wants, but he's got a big dick and he's good looking and he's got muscles, or he's a bad boy. Usually it's the bad boy. He's a bad boy and he doesn't give a crap, and there's just something about him, right? Because he doesn't give a fuck, and girls like that. So it's either he provides financial resources and conditions for her, or he's a bad boy who doesn't give a fuck. There's really not a lot of in between. And if there is a lot of in between, I don't see it that much. There might be a lot of in between, but we just don't see it. When guys pay attention to what girls want, etc., we watch, and what we see is a lot of that. Girls chasing bad boys, girls chasing the guys with status, girls chasing guys for this, and this. Right? So a lot of these PUA guys out here, a lot of these quasi red pill guys, they'll tell you, you know, be more manly, stay after your purpose, this, that, and the third. But I don't see them telling the truth that much. I don't see them telling enough truth about how women behave. What they've done is they've said, this is female nature, accept it. Well, I think some of it's female nature. I think hypergamy to an extent is female nature. I think women want a man who they can settle down with, who has money so they can have kids. I think that's in their nature. But a lot of times I'll see those type of women lusting after other men. A lot of times I'll see those type of women being in very boring relationships, being very bored in marriages. And then divorce happens because they married a guy for the wrong reasons. They got with a guy for the wrong reasons. He's stable, he's this, that. Why? Because they haven't gone through the correct courting process. What's the correct courting process? The correct courting process is not looking for the dude with the best resources. It's not looking for the dude who can offer them the best nest, the best stuff. It's looking for a guy that you're attracted to. Because first off, you're physically attracted to him. Yes, that goes without saying. Second off, you actually like his personality. And he likes your personality. You're like, oh, okay, this person's cool. I like this person. This person's, you know, not, oh, he's got a good job and that's the only man that I could find who had a good job. Therefore, I'm going to deal with the fact that we might not have a lot of things in common personality-wise. We might not be a good fit personality-wise. So I'm going to make compensation for that. I'm going to make allowances for that. And I'm going to deal with the fact that I'm not really that in love with his personality. I never really fell in love with him. It's just he's the best guy I could get. He's the guy with the most resources that I could get. He's paying bills. He's a good man. You'll hear that a lot. Girls will say, he's a good man. He's a good man. I can't cheat on my boyfriend. He's a good man. And they feel guilty that they want to cheat. They want to go out because they're not fulfilled in certain areas. The human heart wants to feel connected. It wants to feel that they're connected with somebody. But when you override that and you put a circumstance over love and you say, oh, I found the guy with the good resources. And it's the same with sex. If you put sex over love, Oh, he's so good in bed, and but do you really love him? And I personally think that you can love somebody easier by having sex with them. If the sex is really good, you can get attached to somebody easier than you can love somebody if the resources are there. So if he's got good resources, she might not love him. She might not really love him that much. The truth is that she's settling. She can't get anybody better. And men will do this too. Men will use resources and use, you know, their money. Oh, I'm paying bills, I got a house, to attract and keep a woman. And a woman will be somewhat faithful to that, maybe, because she feels guilty that he's a quote unquote good man, so she doesn't want to leave him. And also she really doesn't want to leave the scenario that she's in. She doesn't want to leave the good circumstances that she's in, because she doesn't think she can do better, because that's the best she's ever done. Oh, this guy's actually got a house. He wanted to move me in. He doesn't care that I have a bad past. He doesn't care that I got a kid. He doesn't care that I cheated once or a few times or for months or whatever. He doesn't care about all that stuff. He overlooks all of that, and he's got a house and he's got good resources. That's a catch in a lot of ways. But the question is that real love? The question is, do you really love that man? And I would also, to a good extent, question his love. Does that man really love you, or is he just using his circumstances as leverage, just like many women use sex as leverage to get a man in the first place? That's a whole different story, but they'll do that. He's using his resources as leverage to keep you around, to barter with these women, to barter with a girl. Oh, you know what? I'm paying bills. I got a nice house. And women will oftentimes respect a man a lot more than a guy who's, you know, in a single bedroom apartment, or not even that. Maybe he's renting a room in a house. He's just renting a low level room. He can't offer her what another guy who has a house can, and a good career. So you see, that's all incentive for a woman. That's what these women seek in today's day and age. That's what they're seeking. This companionship, which is really based on resources. Is that love? That's the question. And it shows that women don't really want love. They don't want love. All they want is this good situation. And this is what I see the most. What's real love is, I fell in love with your personality. I met you. I was attracted to you. We dated. We weren't unfaithful to each other. We didn't cheat on each other. And we stayed together, and our love developed, and we built each other up. And he might not have made a lot of money at first, or he might have been struggling, or I was struggling, and then eventually we worked through it. And bada bing, bada boom, we moved in together. That is the best case scenario. Right? So I don't see that much. You know, I don't see that a lot. Maybe it's out there, but I don't see it a lot. What I see is the other things. I see the girls chasing the bad boys. I see the girls chasing the guys for sex. Then I see the girls getting tired of that, because what they really want is they want to have a kid and they want to start a family. But how do you do that? You got to have resources. So then they start seeking, oh, I need a guy who has resources. And they put that first. So you're putting the cart before the horse in a way, because what's the horse and what's the cart? The horse is love. Love needs to come first. Then the cart is settling down and, you know, starting a family and getting a house and all that other stuff. But if you don't have the love at first, what are you doing? If you're putting the cart before the horse and you're saying, oh, he needs to have the resources first, then you don't have a love situation, and you're probably not going to be deeply satisfied or deeply fulfilled or deeply happy. You're going to be satisfied outwardly, meaning he's going to have a house, and that's, you know, you feel comfortable and secure, but you don't have love. This is why a lot of times these girls cheat, or these girls are just unhappy. A loveless marriage, it's very common. This is why that happens, because people aren't looking for a relationship for the right reasons. You're not looking to get into